Hello, Capricorn. Here is your reading for the week of January 12th. Not January, sorry. Oh my God, February. We're in February now, guys. Here's your reading for February 12th through about the 18th. These are general. Take what works, and what doesn't work just doesn't work. And if you stumble upon this reading at a later date, there may be something in it for you. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. And it went like this, because that one came out up there. Okay. Now, I need what is challenging my Capricorns. And what is your recommendations for my Capricorns? In your recent past position, you have the Queen of Wands. In your current energies, you have the Eight of Pentacles. In your near future, you have the Five of Wands. Your challenge for the week is the Ace of Swords reversed, and what is recommended for you is the Magician. So the Queen of Wands here indicates that in your recent past, you were pursuing something, actively trying to get something done. She's very active. She's a do-it-yourselfer. She's kind of very hands-on. She's very confident. If there was a goal or an idea or something you wanted to do, you were doing it. She's not going to stop. Like, she's very, very actively pursuing what she wants, and she's not afraid of other people's opinions, and she's not afraid of she doesn't let other people get into her head. She knows what she wants, and that's what she wants. And then she's like, I'm doing this. This is my thing. But in your current energies, you have the Eight of Pentacles, which is a great card. This is a card about really honing your craft, really kind of perfecting the details, just continuing to do something over and over again to perfect it, to gain a certain level of mastery over it. So whatever you're doing, you're gaining skill, you're really practically doing it. It's no longer, you're not really thinking about it, you're really taking action on it, and you are learning how to perfect it, or you're getting better at it each time you do it. But what's coming in for you is the Five of Wands, and this could indicate a little bit of conflicts. Now, this could be conflicts with other people. Maybe if this is something that you're doing within a certain type of field, maybe there's other people within the field that might not see eye to eye fully with you, or this could be kind of family conflicts. Maybe you want to proceed in a different direction with something and your family is giving you a little pushback. Or this could be just any type of even competition. Like if you're in a field or whatever this is, there could be some type of competition in something and you just have to kind of duke it out a little bit. But it's not necessarily a bad card. It's just sometimes we bump up against a little bit of resistance. But this card's always saying, like, hang in there, though. But what your challenge for the week is the Ace of Swords in reverse. And this could be like you have an idea or a concept about something, but it's not fully clear. It's not fully developed. Like, you're still working on something. You're still working on bringing some idea or thought process to full fruition. Like, you're trying to figure out some of the details, or it could indicate that you're not entirely clear on the way you want to do something, or something is not fully clear for you. So this could almost show up as almost like a block in a way, but it's like it's there. Like, it's one of those things where the idea is right there. It's like in your brain, you have it, but it's not fully clear. You're not really like, oh yes, that's exactly what it is. You're still working out some of the details. But what's recommended for you is the Magician. Now, the Magician indicates that you have everything you need to move this forward. The Magician, it's a positive card. It's just, you just need to, all your current resources, just continue to use them and just keep pushing forward. Because I think sometimes when we let ourselves get stuck because we're feeling mentally blocked on something. We take no action and then we stay stuck. But if you just are like, okay, you know what? I'm not entirely sure how I'm doing this, but the hell with it. I'm going to do something, even if it's not quite what I want. I'm just going to do something. Sometimes you just kind of work around the problem then. Or if you do something in a certain kind of way, you realize that it actually resolves the problem, or you realize a different path to take. And you're like, oh, I don't even need to figure out the first problem because I'm just going to move in this direction, or I'm going to just completely avoid the problem. So I think this is just continue to work on what you're doing, continue to hone your skill. And if you're not fully sure about certain aspects, don't let that get you held up. Because I think whatever you're doing, you could either be going into a competitive field in a way, like maybe whatever this represents for you, you're actually really good at it and people are recognizing that you're really good at it, and now like they feel they have competition. So, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because that just teaches you to just keep going back to the drawing board and keep redoing it to kind of, I don't want to say rise above, but set yourself apart. You have to further develop your own little niche in the world with whatever this represents for you. But this is extremely positive. But let's see what else we have for you guys. Okay. You have Wombat Spirit, be at home. Idolite, shift your money mindset. Girl talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. Honey, she doesn't want your treat. He's upset. He's whining. I don't know if you could hear him. He has a little treat and he thinks the cat's going to take it. But let me tell you, she's a picky eater. She does not want his pig ear. Trust me on this. She wants nothing to do with that. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, you got these two. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. Okay. So Wombat Spirit, be at home. Now, I kind of feel like this is just telling you that continue on honing whatever you're working on. Continue honing your skill. Continue honing your craft. So that's fantastic. Like, don't get distracted, I feel, is what the Wombat Spirit is saying. Like, you still focus on what you need to focus on. Iolite, shift your money mindset. And I think this is saying, like, I wonder what the Ace of Swords in reverse, if you're thinking in a certain kind of way. And I wonder if for some of you, maybe whatever this represents, if it's kind of more something that could be bringing in money or something more tangible. But the money mindset doesn't necessarily need to be money. It just means something that, we'll consider it something that grows, something that will develop further. But maybe you're having some type of block. And maybe you have certain kind of expectations, or you're worried about not having certain things, or living up to a certain expectation. But this is just saying that you need to shift out of that. And I feel like that's going with the Ace of Swords in reverse with what's kind of blocking you. You just need to shift out of maybe having preconceived thoughts about a situation. Because I feel like the Magician here, to me, he doesn't really know exactly how something's going to turn out, but he's willing to give it a try. He's very proactive in a situation. And the Queen of Wands, she gives no damns. Like, she doesn't care. She's just doing her thing because she wants to do it. Like, that's just what she wants, and she's going to get what she wants because she's queen, and that's all she wants. So, I think this is saying that don't get too in your head, because I wonder if some of this conflict could be maybe eventually coming in and it's going to get in your head a little bit. But I would say this would be saying then stand your ground. If somebody's saying, oh, this is a stupid idea or this is not going to work, to me, this is saying that you need to kind of stand your ground in a sense, because this is like an active conflict. So in a way, you have to kind of not only stand your ground, but like explain why you're doing something. And you shouldn't have to explain what you're doing to anybody, but sometimes, you know, there's certain people in our lives that it's better when they give us their blessing with a situation than if they're not on board, you know, even if they're not directly involved in the situation. It's better if they're like, you know, like they give you your blessing in a way. So girl talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. And I think this is just reminding you to have fun. Because to me, some of this is a little bit lighthearted energy. Like the Magician is, to me, I always see it as kind of a fun card, a card of merging things together and seeing what happens. And the Queen of Wands, to me, she's a little bit more of a fun queen as well. And even the Eight of Pentacles, to me, I always see him as actually enjoying his work. So it's work and everything, but he actually kind of takes some pride in it. He takes some enjoyment with it. Like he's trying to put the best product out there or his best foot forward. So that's kind of like a fun energy, even though it's not like 100% fun because it's still work, but he's really trying to develop something that's above other people or to the best of his capabilities. So I think this is saying that you just have to maybe live in the moment. And maybe this Ace of Swords reverse is you trying to overthink things. And it's just saying that you just come back to just here and now. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. And heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Now, I feel like this heart-to-heart conversations may be what's coming in for you. This Five of Wands could be actually a heart-to-heart conversation with somebody that's giving you a little bit of pushback. But sometimes you have to start out with something. Maybe it's going to be a little bit of an argument, but, you know, it is whatever it is. But sometimes you talk to people, you have it out a little bit, and then you guys are all on the same page, and you clear the air, and you just move forward. But I think the go ahead and make the romantic gesture is still telling you to still proceed forward, because all these are pretty much active cards in a way. So I think that's just saying keep on keeping on. Okay, let's see what else we get. You can never cross the ocean unless you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. And I think this is saying that you just need to keep moving forward and just be open and just kind of be moment by moment and just have faith a little bit as well. Okay, let's see what little Bob Ross has to say for you today. Okay, I think it's this one. Talent is a pursued interest. Anything you're willing to practice, you can do. And this is really going with this Eight of Pentacles here because he's practicing. And even honestly, the Five of Wands in a way, you can... Some people feel that they're actually like sparring, that they're practicing because they're honing their battle skills. So, and sometimes, you know, you got to learn how to argue better. This is like, this could be what you have to learn how to stand up for yourself as well. Like, so for some people, I don't want to say you might be getting a little bit walked all over, but sometimes you have to practice standing up for yourself to your immediate loved ones. It's not that they don't want the best for you, but sometimes people think they know what's best for you and, you know, and they're going to let you know what's best for you, where you might have a difference of opinion. But even the Magician, he's about practicing as well. So that's great. Now, let's get a little affirmation. Okay, today I am learning. Today I will focus on learning to grow into a better person. And the learning is still, I feel like, honing your skills as well. So I feel like this is also saying, if you're having this block moment with the Ace of Swords, if you have an idea and you're not entirely sure how to develop it further, or you feel like you're experiencing some kind of block a little bit, just if you take it minute by minute, be like, I'm still trying to figure this out, and then work on something that you kind of have an idea of how to do, you might be able to kind of figure out the rest of it if you're feeling blocked on something. Okay. And let's get what Spirit of the Dish shall be with you in the upcoming week. You have the Spirit of the Greens, which is the collard greens, I think. Okay, and for your dinner and a movie, you have romance movies and seafood. And let me get myself organized. For energies you need to either be aware of or tap into, you have Leo, which is about ego, individuality, and confidence, and Geminis, which is about communications and thought processes, and they're very like duality. They're kind of devil's advocate minded a little bit. You have Neptune, which is about vision, creativity, and illusions. And you have the Moon, which represents your emotions and habits. You have the 9th house, which is about higher education, growth, expansion, religion, and philosophy. And the 10th house, which is about social status and career aspirations. You have Y, V, W, P, C, 2514. And you have Believe. And I think this is just saying you got to believe in yourself and believe what you're doing. It's going to work out just fine. Let's see what little charmy we get for you. And what do we have here? We have Rudolph. Now, Rudolph here, the little reindeer. So his nose is a light. Like, he actually has a flashlight for his nose. So when Rudolph is flying and it's foggy, he only can see really kind of what's ahead of him. Like, he has his little flashlight and he turns it on and it's like a headlights. But when you're going in the fog, you only see really maybe a few feet in front of you, depending how thick the fog is. So he has very, I don't want to say he's short-sighted. Like, he's able to get where he needs to go. But with him, he has to also be able to maneuver quickly. Because, like, if he's, like, flying and if there's going to be, like, a tree or something or a mountain or I don't know, something's in the way. I don't know how high this guy goes. But let's say he's flying and let's say there's a plane, okay? So if he's flying around and all of a sudden now, like, he sees a plane, he needs to maneuver out of the way of the plane. So I think this is saying you might not see the full picture. You might not see, like, point A to Z, but you can kind of start seeing A and B. You could see step A, B, and C maybe, right? So even though you can't see farther down the line, you have to also remain flexible that if all of a sudden there's an obstacle that comes out, that you're able to kind of maneuver around it and just be kind of aware that there's always troubleshooting. Anytime we do anything, the life is laundry, dishes, and troubleshooting. That is it. That is the meaning of life. I have solved the age-old question. What is the meaning of life? Laundry, dishes, and troubleshooting. That's it. So you might have to be ready to troubleshoot, but don't get off the path. Like, you might have to switch paths, switch lanes or something, take a different route, a detour, but still stay committed to your final destination in a way. Okay, now we have a special guest yet again here for us with you here today. Okay, here we go. Now, Capricorns, think of your question and let us ask. Oh, Mr. Predicto, the most accurate prediction device that's ever run off of batteries. What is the answer to Capricorn's question?
The answer is unclear. Try again.
Okay, so he said the answer is unclear, so we're going to try again. Now, Capricorns, think very, very strongly. Think super sharp about that question again. Okay, here we go. Oh, Mr. Predicto, the most accurate and attractive prediction device that's ever run off of batteries. What is the answer to Capricorn's question?
The answer is no.
Okay, so he said the answer is no. Mr. Predicto is a man of many words, and those were the words he chose to speak here today. So I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.